Today we are going to see simple interest and compound interest. In this lecture we will be seeing the formulas to find simple interest, compound interest and various other formulas which will help you to solve the complicated questions very easily. So let's move. Before we go, first I will tell you the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Okay. So let's see. Now simple interest is, I will just give you example of this. Now in simple interest, the principal, let's take it's 1,000, rate is 10%, time is 1 year, year. So how you will find it? By your previous knowledge, you must be knowing that you have to multiply all this 3. What you will get? 1,000 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So what you got? You got SI as rupees 100. As rupees 100. Whereas if I will talk to you about compound interest, let's say principal is rupees 1,000. Same 10% time 1 year. In this case, you have to find SI. As we know that SI we have found here only, that is rupees 1,000. Now, by this can you all find the amount? Yes, amount will be principal plus SI, that is 1100. So now, this you must have, now I'm sorry, I will take 2 years, okay. Now, this will be this amount which you got will be now principal 2. So principal 2 will be 1100. Now place the value 1100 into 10 into 1 upon 100. This should not be taken directly as 2, but you have to take it as individual unit 111. And in this we have to find the compound interest, which whatever the value you will get, that is 110 will be your I will say here SI. Add it, amount will be 1210, isn't it? And then what you can do, this will be amount, so you can find the compound interest will be 210 by subtracting 1210, that is amount minus principal. Now you can compare. Now what was the SI here? It was 100 and here it is what? CI 210. It means that CI is greater, means it will be most profitable, isn't it? Okay. Now you all must be knowing the various concepts like principal, it's amount of money given or lent to someone. Rate of interest, which is always in PA, that is percent per annum. Annum means year. Time, which is dependent on your rate. Okay. You can represent time as N also or T also. Okay. Now let's see the formulas. To find SI, there is only one formula. From that you can make 2 or 3 more formulas. But if you know the logic, so there is no need for learning various formulas. In CI, if I will talk to you. So there are various formulas which you have to learn it and are very important. And for your standard, the proof isn't there. Means it is there, but for your standard it would go very difficult for you to understand, and therefore you have to learn the formulas of CI. SI you will understand it very properly, isn't it? So let's see. SI equals to PRT. SI equals to what? PRT upon 100. Now if I want to find principal now, so what I will do, SI into 100 upon R into T to find what? P. Now I want to find R, so SI into 100 upon T into P. Now if I want to find time, same here, what will be? P into R, and here S into 100. Now to find amount, what one has to do? Let's see. Amount is equals to principal plus SI. Now if you want to find the principal, then amount minus SI. If you want to find the SI, it will be amount minus principal. Got my point? I hope you understood it. This you have to remember it very properly. Let's move on next. Now we'll go for CI. Formulas for CI. Okay. Is this okay? Questions we can do it if you know the formulas. But if we don't know the formulas, it will go difficult for you, isn't it? So let's move for CI. Now, when interest is compounded yearly, case 1, when interest is compounded yearly, the formula comes to us is amount is equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power T. T means time. Okay. Second case comes to us here. But you have to remember very properly that here it's amount. And it said CI. So don't use this formula. Instead what you can do? You can, if you got this, so you can subtract A minus B. Or to find CI. To find CI, one formula is there when interest is compounded yearly. That is what? But it will go complicated. If you like it, use it. It is in the way. Never forget, this is upon 1, means you have to make the denominator equal. Now, second case, when interest is compounded half yearly, the formula comes to us is equals to P plus 1 plus R upon 2 upon 100 into 2T. See this formula very properly. Amount equals to principal, bracket 1 plus R upon 2 upon 100 raised to 2T. Now if you want to find CI and amount is also not given or principal is not given. So how to find it? Let's see. 1 plus R upon 2 upon 100, 2T. Difference is only minus 1. This is what? Hope till here you got it. Now let's see the next thing. Third case comes to us when interest is compounded quarterly. You all must be knowing quarterly means what? 4. So let's see the formula. Equals to P 1 plus R upon 4 upon 100 raised to 40. Now always remember that CI, if you want to find, no, so you can subtract A minus B, and means now till now for your standard also, if I will talk to you that they don't give you, means they give always principal. You have to find amount. Okay, there is, you can make the formula, means it's not necessary to make the formula of CI in this case, because often the questions are based on this formula only. When interest, now case 4, when interest is compounded, annually, time is in fraction. Make this problem a star problem. It's actually very important formula. How to do? Let's take time given to you is 2 integer 1 upon 3 years. So how to do it? Amount equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 square 1 plus R upon 3 upon 100. Now how to use this now? Let's see. I have given you what? Means in this what you have to do is you have to see the denominator here. Now this is 3. This will be 367 upon 3 years. So rate whatever the rate will be, and rate upon you have to do is the denominator. I hope this point is clear to you all. Now fifth case comes to us here is when rates are different, when they are given different for different years, say R1, R2, R3 and so on, like this. For them they have it's given for first year, second year, third year. So in this case, formula which comes to us here is amount equals to P1 plus R upon 100, then 1 multiplication R2 upon 100, then multiplication R3 upon 100. Got my point? Now let's see another formulas which are actually very important in this. Now always means sometimes it's given to find the difference between CI and SI. Now for your standard it will not come for 4 years, but it will surely come for 2 years, 3 years. So in that case, for easy calculation you can use formulas. Now let's see. If it's said to find difference between CI and SI for 2 years, that will be principal R upon 100 2. Now rate is given to you as 10 and principal is given 1000. So 1000 10 upon 100 square. So you can find it now. I'll just show you here. 1000 into 10 into 10 upon 100 into 100. This 4 got cancelled and you got what? 10 is the difference. Okay. Now if difference between SI and CI for 3 years is given. For what? For how many years? For 3 years is given. So in that case, which formula you should use? It will be in the way P into R upon 100 square into 3 plus R upon 100. This will be the formula. Then next I will just say to you here that now this formula sufficient for you all to understand. Okay. So I don't think so. Many more formulas will be needed, and these formulas are sufficient for you. Now let's recall what formulas we have seen. With the starting, let's see simple interest and compound interest. I have even given you example also that how to find simple interest and how to find compound interest. Simple interest is means profit is not too much, and in compound interest profit is too much. I have given you example too. Then we have seen how to find the simple interest PRT upon 100. Then by this formula only we can derive three more formulas to find principal, rate and time. Then let's see the next thing. Amount, that is principal plus SI, and if we have to, and from this only we have derived two more formulas. Now CI we have seen compound interest. When the interest is compounded yearly, so amount equals to 1 plus equals to P plus bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to T. Got my point? And CI if you have to find, CI equals to A minus P. Now if you want to find CI specific, this will be complicated, but don't worry, you can solve it. That will be the same. To find amount, you can copy down that too, and only you have to do minus 1. That's it. Then when interest is compounded half yearly, so interest is compounded half yearly, means amount equals to P 1 plus R upon 2 upon 100 raised to 2T. Now in the same way you can derive how to the formula to find CI specifically. So principal bracket 1 plus R upon 2 upon 100 2T raised to 2T minus 1. This is only the difference. When interest is compounded yearly, so quarterly, so here quarter means what? Quarter 4. So formula will be amount equals to principal bracket 1 plus R upon 4 upon 100 raised to 4T. Now this is very important formula when the interest is compounded annually, but time is in fractions. So the formula will be amount is your principal 1 plus R upon 100 square. You have to do multiplication 1 plus R upon 3 upon 100. Now here 3 I have considered with respect to this. Never forget it. Okay. So what is the formula? I repeat this formula. Amount equals to principal 1 plus R upon 100 square bracket I will say 1 plus R upon 3 upon 100. Now why 3 I have taken due to this denominator. Okay. When rate are different for different years, so how to find the CI? I will say amount. So amount if you got, so you can subtract it by subtract amount. Okay, amount minus principal to find CI. So let's see. P plus P bracket 1 plus R upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100 bracket 1 plus R3 upon 100. Now how to find difference between CI and SI in for 2 years it said. So you will say difference equals to principal, that will be principal R upon 100 square, and if it's given for 3 years, principal R upon 100 square plus into 3 plus R upon 100. Very important principle formula. P into R upon 100 square, the same formula used for 2 years, but plus something is added, 3 plus R upon 100. 3 plus R upon 100. In this way we are through with our formulas. So thank you.